Good damn it, Regis. The fuck did I say last time? Clean your damn place. Or else this shit happens. You never listen. Random marker spores are just brewing right outside your door. Yeah, it's unlocked this time at least. Jeez. Ooh, loot. Alchemy pasta. I haven't seen that for ages. Ooh, books. Biography of Vampire Regis from Dandelion. Oh boy. One of the most extraordinary individuals I have encountered during my numerous adventures at Geralt's sites was the vampire known as Regis. To be precise, he was known as Emil Regis Rohelextesiev Godfroy. By his own reckoning, he was 428 years old, and was the descendant of unfortunate beings trapped in our world during the conjunction of spheres. You are surely thinking, dear reader, about catacans, orbs, and other such monsters, and are pondering how it was that the Witcher, who it must be admitted is a slayer of monsters, came to keep such company. I must here explain that Regis was a higher vampire, a creature which physically does not differ all that much from a man. Higher vampires are also much more powerful than their wild contemporaries, and their regenerative abilities significantly outpace those of anything else you have encountered or can even imagine. But it is not because of his outer appearances or inner strength that Regis became our dear companion. True, he could be pretentious and rather pompous in his frequent length perorations, but one would be hard-pressed to find in him the haughtiness usually present in higher beings. Regis valued human life dearly and refused to kill unless forced to do so. As he once confessed, higher vampires do not in fact need to drink blood at all in order to survive. They treat it somewhat as we treat alcohol. A rough grasp of this dynamic might be given to you by the fact that when we met him, Regis had been abstinent for years. He never revealed to us why he decided to join our search for Ciri. He had never met her before, nor did he live to see her. He died at Stig Castle during the battle against the mad mage Wilgefortz, who was responsible for the whole affair. He died for a cause which he surely did not fully understand, but he did it to defend those he held dear and simply because it was the right thing to do. I shall always remember him as a rural surgeon reeking of herbs, as how he came to us during our first encounter at the Fencarn necropolis, when he treated me and my companions to a fantastic brew he made from mandrake root. Wherever you are, my friend, bottoms up. We can drink after a job is done, Regis. You know? Job's a job. Are you sleeping or something? Like, what is this? Arcadius Borwick lived to ripe old age. In fact, he lived so long he died of boredom. Is that so? No. Can't loot this place yet.
Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from the hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Spying? Nah.
Pretty helpful creatures. Calling them often?
I try not to overdo it, but they can be so useful, as they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned the last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. That stands to be very, very dangerous.
I imagine.
Alright, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesha Mutna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Tesha Mutna. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire species. Common folk wearied quickly of living in constant fear. They began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Tesha Mutna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
Yeah, okay.
See no reason to dawdle. Tesha Mutna. Take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sangurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. One drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt, but you must remain calm. I have no choice. As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Tesha Mutna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
Nah, he was scary way before this point. Seriously. Great, it's somewhere near the mountains. In a broken ass place. Ah, I know where it is, I think. It's like right south of here. Because we went there and there was nothing there, so obviously... Well, we're teleporting a bit, but it's okay.
We have arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
Alright, let's do it. Not gonna ask.
You lead.
I get it. There's a fresh corpse here. Got some innards.
Scurvers must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger. Beyond this wall lies...
An ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
Poke. How convenient that it opens with vampire stuff, huh?
How the hell?
It's an ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a hired vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms, a vampire hideout. Fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once. Toussaint.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from our world into this one opened upon this land and no other. This was the first place we saw.
I see. Human husbandry and care. Oh boy. Oh boy. The most important aspect of raising human livestock is to provide the herd with conditions that on the one hand guarantee their survival, but on the other hand do not extend too far beyond the minimum need for that survival. It should be borne in mind that people are creatures bestowed with great intelligence, or rather cunning and instincts that allow them to gain as much as possible from their environment. In terms of husbandry, this means humans will always try to obtain more than we give them. It is recommended therefore to provide each individual with a place of sleep, a meal twice a day, and a permanent access to water. These conditions, which might seem overly luxurious to some, ensure the optimal production of high-quality hemoglobin. More details on diet in later chapters. Also essential is access to air, without which humans die within minutes. There is no need to be concerned about the ability for human livestock to multiply in the conditions described above. They are ensured a minimal existence, and male and females are mixed. They will copulate irrespective of whether they are in captivity or not. It's worth mentioning here that there is a school of thought that suggests treating human livestock with greater freedom and care, including providing them with better quality fodder and a certain degree of freedom. This allegedly ensures a greater amount of favorable elements in the blood and makes it tastier. However, it is worth mentioning that this method of husbandry is much more difficult and requires emotional bonding techniques, which will be discussed in the following chapters. Amazing. But it is what you would expect out of a vampire hideout. I am he who serves the tribe. Exalted above men, I renounce human weakness. Uplifted above men, I become keeper of my flock. Filled with strength, I turn my sword against the enemies of the tribe. I am master and slave. I am executor of the will of the tribe. I accept the sword and this armor, so I may serve the tribe.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. A great many beggars have breathed their last here.
I can see that.
Cliffs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of what you would call tribes, dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. My ancestors placed them here to remind us all where we came from.
Can't examine them.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the dead. Those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
A snake.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe and Detlef's. We both remained in this part of the world.
Makes sense. Battery cage versus free-range humans.
Seems your kind assembled a peculiar little library.
In recent decades, many of us have come to believe that a much more effective way of obtaining good quality human blood than hunting individuals is their systematic, controlled husbandry. Apart from the obvious advantages such as being able to control what the flock eats and the ability to crossbreed specific individuals to obtain offspring with the best hemoglobin, another clear advantage to breeding human flocks is that domesticated humans held in confinement as opposed to those in their natural habitats, villages and towns, become less aggressive and therefore less troublesome. When it comes to farming humans, there are various schools, of which two seem to have gained the widest acceptance in recent times, namely battery cage and free-range husbandry. This thesis describes in detail the advantages and disadvantages as well as the methods of carrying out each type of breeding. As an introduction, it is worth mentioning the basic differences between both types. Battery cage human husbandry, described very accurately in detail in the book Human Husbandry, is the placing of several male and female individuals in a closed restricted space with permanent access to air, food and water. This form of breeding differs from the free range in that the flock is not permitted to leave the breeding area and is held captive in the entirety of their lives. Free range, on the other hand, involves leaving the flock on its natural habitat or creating a habitat that simulates it closely. For example, creating villages, more on that which can be found in the chapter Human Villages, Establishing and Growing a Herd. and then making the herd psychologically or physically dependent on its owner. The most effective method for making a human individual dependent is guaranteeing its safety and permanent access to high-quality feed. It's worth adding that a human that trusts its owner does not feel fear and does not defend itself when having its blood drunk, which limits the production of noradrenaline and cortisol, which have a negative impact on the taste of the blood. Furthermore, it may happen that a domesticated free-range human may feel a certain pleasure when its owner drinks its blood, most likely associated with sexual tension, which causes an intensification in the blood's flavor. So it's a matter of taste, huh?
Indeed, though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
Sure, whatever.
Cells? Who for?
Disgraceful. Excruciatingly so. Turn a page from our history. I'd rather not summon the demons of the past if it's alright with you.
What about this one?
Whose is this glyph?
Amaran. They ventured beyond the sea.
Huh. Which sea? So we have stabby eyes, handy eyes, and snake eyes so far. Not impressed.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Tedet. Those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Tedet. Those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
Ooh, transcript of a conversation with a lower being. Alright. Who are you? My name is Alex Biscott. Why is all your skin trembling? I'm scared, sir. You're scared? I don't understand. You don't know what fear is, sir? No, I have mastered your language, yet some concepts are beyond me. What is fear? It is a feeling that destroys every other feeling. It controls your head and your heart. What do you mean? I thought it was a kind of pain. I have carried out tests in my laboratory on people, and I discovered that a mother subject to appropriate stimuli is able to forget about her child and think only about how to avoid pain. So fear would be similar to pain. No, pain rules the body, but fear is born in the heart. Oh, yes, what you say is very interesting. I think I will have to examine your heart in the laboratory. What do you mean, examine? I mean examine. Take it out and subject it to a proper examination. But, sir, that would kill me. Yes, your mortality is a great inconvenience, but it was not me who created your species, and I'm not responsible for its excessive frailty. That's interesting, to say the least. Carrying a bunch of relics. Man, like, did you have to put so many symbols on all over the place? It's like graffiti at this point. Yeah, nice cage.
Charming place. But what are all those cages for? Mentioned one vampire being kept here.
Yes, well, you see, humanitarians is something my ancestors were not. They concluded Kagmar would best be punished if he were tormented with the scent of blood he could not taste. Thus, they also kept humans here. Humans whose blood they slowly let. Kagmar ranted and raged in pain as those humans slowly bled to death.
They treated them like livestock, live bait.
I'd like to be able to turn back time, deny it, but alas, I can do neither. Feel shame for my brethren. That is all I can do.
Don't take it so hard. Nothing you could have done about it. Let's get to work.
Well, that was awkward. Fine. I prepared the bait. Please be so kind and place it, ideally at the tunnel entrances. The scent will spread most effectively then.
Okay.
Place the bait at the tunnel entrances. Monsters will catch its scent more quickly.
When I think how these tunnels got here, sends shivers.
It was the natural order of things. The place reeked of death and it attracted necrophages.
We must clear this craft first. Then place the thing. What are you doing?
3 done. 1 left. Think this'll work?
I certainly hope so. Its stench is so thick, I wager it carries clear to Novigrad.
This'll hold? Doesn't look like anything special.
I told you, Kagmar thrashed about inside it for over 2 centuries. Appearances can be deceiving.
Yeah, but he's not there now. So, who knows? At this point. We're gonna be finding necrophages this time, and we know it, so let's put some oil.
Bait set. What now?
I shall enter the cage. You must chain me inside. The bars are made of an alloy that will prevent me from transforming into mist.
Kinda thought you wouldn't want to.
I shall be in great pain. My sole thought being to stop that pain. I cannot know what I will do. We must hurry. The beasts have caught the scent also my head. I started spinning.
That the blood?
Someone who's never experienced a vampire's bloodlust does not know the true meaning of thirst.
Whatever you say, Vampiro.
Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore. Calm you down. Somehow.
I just died in the middle of that conversation because the thing exploded, of course. It had way bigger range than I thought. What the hell? Still, yes, I'm sure that's thirst, but you need to understand. There's kinds of thirst that you've never seen or witnessed or heard of, Regis. But technically, neither has Geralt. So.
Bait set. What now?
All right, let's try that again.
Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what will you do once I utter it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow. Regis is smelling blood.
Oh, he's having a good time. Oh, bloody flatters coming in here. Fuck on off. Oh, Jesus. Got some nice fine blood right there.
Need to hang on a little longer. Blood'll dry in a few hours. Scent won't bother you. Get you out of here.
The concoction.
Alright, what about it? Jesus, Regis.
You can't finish it in this state. Tell me how. I'll help you.
Could have written down the notes first. Oh well, whatever. Sometime later.
Any better?
Far from ideal. And some time must pass before I fully recover. But yes, a bit better, thank you.
Never expected it to be like that. You didn't tell me.
We need not discuss it.
But we do. Because if I'd known you were going to subject yourself to torture...
What would you have done?
Found Dettlaff some other way.
I did not wish you to use any other way. Did that occur to you?
No, because I thought no being would ever willingly subject itself to that kind of pain. You vampires aren't any different from us in that regard.
I told you, the pain is my way of paying my debt. The enormous debt I owe Dettlaff. If I had to do it again, I would in a heartbeat.
Okay. Let's just get this thing over with.
Resonance. It's ready.
Are you certain you followed the formula? The proportions were exact, the brewing time precise. This is important, Geralt. The slightest deviation could cost even a witcher dearly.
Relax. Got some experience brewing potions.
Very well. In that case, let's begin.
That's some fine-ass paper texture. Alright, side quests are well, let's find out where this thing's living. What's he doing? With his bloody arms. Oof. Alright, we're starting with... Oh!
Excuse me. I shall only take a moment.
You jumped the queue, sir.
But Count, sir, you must understand. I've a meeting. The Count...
Sir, you were next. Please, take a seat. This gentleman was here first. Step down or you shall regret it.
Ah, fails to realize he was your friend, Count.
Man, why is he getting so pissed? So did that Count get like fucked or something?
It was then I ordered him to give up his seat and step off the stand. If only you'd seen his face. We got him good, didn't we, Dettlaff?
What was that note? Very bizarre.
And then Mother insisted we buy the mill. Curious, eh? But at least I've a yarn to spin for friends and associates. Forgive me. What?
Oh no! So this was the guy. And then he got really pissed off at his own hand and ripped it off. It's almost like he's under control of some kind. Well, obviously someone ordered him to do it. With that stupid note, anyway. Very interesting.
Awake at last. You ride like a squirrel caught in a snare. I'd begun to fear they were death throes, that you'd departed.
Sure wasn't pleasant, but it worked.
What did you see?
Delacroix. His death did not come easy. Seems Dettlaff had made friends with him, still killed him, and chopped up his corpse. And he was overcome with fury, remorse, cut off the hand that had committed the murder.
Interesting. And entirely unlike the Dettlaff I know. See anything else?
Saw a moment. Delacroix did something selfless. Was kind to Dettlaff. Guess it could have been the start of their friendship.
Why the uncertainty?
Nothing extraordinary about it. Normal, everyday situation, really. Visions were supposed to issue from strong emotions.
Clearly the situation provoked such emotions in Dettlaff. Keep in mind, he did later murder Delacroix.
Killing someone who's grown dear to us, it's bound to elicit strong emotion. Vampires are no different in that regard. Did you see anything else?
There was something. Showed up twice in the vision. A bootblack stand. Dettlaff first met Delacroix there. Went back after the murder, actually.
Peculiar.
Stand was somewhere in the Port District. And the bootblack acted as if he knew Dettlaff.
That would be even odder. Perhaps we should have a chat with the lad. Though I would expect no breakthroughs.
It's our only lead. I'll go talk to him. Coming with?
I shall join you later if it's no trouble. I don't yet feel strong enough to venture out.
That's fair. Rest up. Be back as soon as I learn anything.
Yeah, chill, Regis. This is very interesting. Yeah, that note, I wish I mentioned the note, because the note is like probably really important. You don't mind if I grab some of this stuff, right? My last thought before I succumb to sleep. Regeneration potion formula. Why isn't... There we go. My last thought before falling asleep. If there is no death, does life exist? Hate is a very interesting feeling. I've noticed that people improve themselves with it to great effect. Sometimes I would like to stop thinking. What is this? Cars' diary? If we were to create a god as the humans have, what would he be like? People justify bad deeds by good intentions. I'm not sure if there is greater idiocy. I would drink the freshly squeezed blood of an infant. I know I can't, but I hope that his velvety taste will send me to sleep. I strive to live like a person, and it means that I have ceased to feel good among people as well as among my own. Maybe I made a big mistake. I've always wanted to write I'm very tired and fuck it all. People don't think about the present, they usually remember old times or worry about the future. I have a feeling that my friend Dettlaff will die. I am sad. I see. Very interesting. This is Regis's thoughts sometimes. Regeneration portion formula. 8 measures of vervin extract, leshenfang, sancrum, elanthera, broth made of young mandrake shoots. Grind the larger ingredients and the smaller ones whole. Boil everything in a bronze kettle using crystal water. Consume the mixture twice daily in half-measure doses. Do not exceed the recommended dosage. Regeneration from what, though? Just regeneration in general? HP points?
Not now, Geralt. I could not move a step without your assistance.
Fine. Let's go. Where children toil, toys waste away. No idea what that means, but it's probably profound. What can I say? I'm just thinking that...
Bootblacks don't usually work nights. Need to come back during the day.
You can just wait a bit. Be the first in row, you know? Alright, that makes sense. Who is this? Restless. Ooh. Very specific. Anyway, I don't know. I get the feeling like he's doing it, obviously, for someone else. It must be Damien. Damien, you bastard. I'll find and kill you. It must be his fault. Alright, let's meditate. Even though that will probably break my buffs.
What, you? So how would you explain it? Whether it pours for a week or the sun bakes our pipes, we've always mud up to our ankles here.
You can't blame me for Beauclair's fickle weather.
Fickle weather! I've seen you. You empty your chamber pot in front of our shop each morn, so folks will dirty their boots, go to you to get them cleaned.
A far-fetched conspiracy theory, sir.
What an entrepreneur.
I'm inspired to welt your bum with my belt. Come here.
Leave him alone.
Just who the spit are you?
A witcher.
A witcher, and I'd advise you to go back where you came from.
I thought witches defend men from monsters, not cheats from justice.
Need to talk to the boy.
You can chat to him all you like, after we tan his hide. So stand down.
Or after I tan your hide.
Not gonna happen.
Won't it? Well, then we'll thrash you as well, which is all the same to me.
What a surprise.
Now let's not do anything rash.
Break your legs, vagrant!
See, here's what doesn't make sense. Like, at this point, obviously I could use, logically speaking, magic. There's no reason for me to not do it. Because this is not a real, like, you know, tournament fight. And here we are, not doing it. Right?
Kill the grey dongler! For lost half-breed! Let's end this.
I couldn't loot him. But I was close. Jesus Christ, 480 experience points. I must be back in normal level at this point. Like actual appropriate level.
What's the meaning of this? The brawl? Who started it?
I'm investigating the beast, on the Duchess's orders.
Ah, yes. We've heard of you. And these men, what are they doing?
Yeah, nothing. We just had a misunderstanding.
Nothing really. Had a little misunderstanding. Figured it out, though.
Uh-huh. I see. As the Duchess's protege, you may go. But this lot, that's another matter. You'll come with us. Some time in a cell ought to scare the dimwits out of you. Come on.
I see. Trickery won't get anywhere with these knights. They've seen this shit many times over. Ain't gonna listen to my ass.
You're very good with your fists, sir. Wouldn't be looking for work, would you? We'd make a fine duo.
Don't you mean a trio?
Yeah? How you imagine that working?
Splendidly. That's how. I suggest a partnership, where I see to the boots while you stand guard. And as you're the stronger, come morn you take the chamber pot out and help me make mud.
Bit about the mud's true? They were right to want to box your ears.
I've got to make a living somehow. So, what say you, sir? Partners?
Let me think about it. Listen, I'm interested in a certain gentleman.
Oh, wait! Before we get to talking, please, take a seat.
But my boots are clean.
In this city, no boots are clean unless they just come off my stand. A seat, sir, please.
So, boot shiners do business. Obviously, you haven't seen enough detective movies, Geralt.
So then, who was it you wanted to ask about?
One of your patrons. Tall, elegant black frock. Not from around here.
An arrival? Indeed. I hear a faint bell ringing. A modest sum might make it sing out loud and clear.
How much?
Let's say 500 crowns.
What? Gotta be kidding me. What would you even do with that kind of coin?
Expand my venture. I'm sure you can imagine. Have a proper stand with a big sign. I want a new box too. New polishes, new brushes. And if I've enough coin left, I'll buy a share in a launderer's. Get wastewater for free.
Got it all planned out.
I should think so. Capital is all I require.
Let's not do that.
All right. Let's see if we can't figure something out.
Annoyance level. Alright. I'll give you 350. No. 350.
That's not even worth the spit I'd need to use to discuss it.
No, that's actually like a large portion of your stuff. Fine. 425.
Ah, see? I knew we'd clinch it.
Guess I can agree to that.
1,000 thanks. I shan't forget it. Now to the matter at hand. I know the fellow you seek, though I don't know his name. A steady patron. Gets his boots cleaned every few days. He's very good to me. Always pays me a premium.
Know where I might find him?
No, but you could wait here. Perhaps he'll stop by.
Don't have the time for that. Sure you don't know where to find him? Or maybe notice which direction he came from?
When I clean boots, sir, I do not look up to see where folk come from. I clean.
It seems you're having a rough go of it.
Oh, you're here. Feeling better?
I am, thank you. The local necropolis, the air does wonders for me. Now, if I might intercede, I dare say I've the right question to ask. Young man, you see this vial? One drop added to your boot polish will help you wipe even the most encrusted boot clean as the dome of St. Lebioda's Cathedral. With it, you will serve 3 times as many patrons at a fraction of the effort, and piles more coin. I'm prepared to give you this vial if you tell me where the man we seek lives.
But you won't hurt him, will you? The gentleman's art, true, but he's kind.
In point of fact, he's a friend. Yet we had a falling out of sorts and would like to straighten matters out.
I leave his boots at the door of a house near the port. The door is red, but I do not know if the gentleman lives there.
Worth checking. Might happen on a lead.
Would you let me scrape the dirt off your kickers before you go? With all due respect, sirs, your boots could stand a cleaning.
Thank you. Perhaps later.
Alright. We got our lead, Regis.
Handled that kid pretty well.
Oi.
Finding the right approach. That's the trick to dealing with children.
It's not just the children, Regis. It's people. But yeah. Yeah, we're at 42. We're just like at the right level now to get full XP.
Saw that. Meaning the right thing to bribe them with.
My sister saw where this one beggar buried some gold coins.
I'm sorry, where?
Top of the day.
Okay, she's not gonna tell me. Damn it. I mean, money's money.
Red door. One the boot black mentioned.
What is this? I want to read the sign.
We shall talk later. Let's find Detlef.
Save us
We're
from the
close. I
beast.
can feel it.
You really shouldn't be shouting that. We're right outside the beast's door, motherfucker. I want to read the sign. Game, what are you doing? It's got crows on it as well, so yeah, it's fine. I shall read it with my human eyes. This must be... a place where they sell horse harnesses. There we go. Figured it out. Jesus Christ, the amount of crows.
Won't budge. Gotta break it down.
You might just as well stand out in the street, pound on a drum and holler, Detlef, I'm coming for you. A bit more finesse, I implore you.
Let's hear your idea.
Give me a moment.
That animation is great.
Nice. Ever consider becoming a burglar? Skill like that'd come in awful handy.
I considered it briefly, but ultimately concluded it would be terribly dull. Come.
Oh no, it's dolls. For kids, that's what this shop is. Yep. He's being puppeteered. This is what this is implying. Yes, of course.
Here. Sense him.
No, he's not here, but he was here recently. His scent is still strong.
Okay. Which part is his scent? I wanna follow it.
Let's look around.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, come on, you're out. Yeah, we're not gonna loot this place. We're just gonna inspectigate it.
Old toy. No use to anyone. Shame. Must have brought someone joy sometime.
That appears to have been literally every single toy in here.
Somebody fixed this recently.
I see he's into fixing shit.
No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently.
I find these puppets rather disturbing.
It's his cry for help.
Attic. Let's go.
Oh shit.
So this is his nest. Need to look around. Tools were used recently. Dettlaff unwind by fixing toys between murders.
Really now, Geralt, must you?
Nice tune.
Indeed. I'm not certain why, but it reminds me of home. Our true home from before the conjunction of spheres.
That looks important. Let's look at this first. Let's save game first.
Woman's likeness. Bit smudged. Lover?
I don't rightly know.
Reminds me of someone.
Who?
Not sure. Can't help feeling I've seen that face before, though.
Maybe it's the Broxa? Looks like the birds pooped on her face, though. So, you know, unfortunate positioning. Oh, come on.
Dettlaff van der Eretain, you do not know us, but we know you to be a vampire. We know also of your weakness for the wench they call Renowed. Now you know this. We shall chain her down and let rats feed on her. We shall flay the skin from her flesh. Yet you can save her. You need but travel to Beauclair, where you shall slay 5 men in the manner we prescribe. You must complete the killing in 3 days. Fail, and the next letter you receive will contain a memento of your failure. Your beloved's finger.
There you have it. Proof positive Dettlaff killed not of his own accord. A blackmailer sunk his claws into him.
Any idea what it could be? Dettlaff have any enemies?
Indeed. Dettlaff gains foes occasionally, but they never live long.
One might have managed to evade him.
Possible in theory, but I know of none. It would have to be someone devilishly dangerous. As you well know, having faced Dettlaff yourself. Whoever it is someone new.
Who's Renowed?
His one-time lover. The sole human woman with whom he was very close. Because she accepted him. With her aid and care, he found a place for himself in this hostile world. She began the work that I strive to continue.
Ever meet her?
Never had the pleasure, alas. She deserted him a time before he came round to save me, though he always claimed she'd gone missing.
Why do you think that? Any signs or clues to that effect?
None to be found. Apparently she disappeared one day. Her belongings disappeared with her. Not a scenario one associates with kidnapping. In my humble opinion, she left on her own. Scared off perhaps by a bout of Dettlaff's rage that revealed his other, more monstrous side.
Dettlaff have trouble letting go, accepting that she'd left him?
Is that so hard to believe? Do you know no humans who've struggled with just such a thing? And Dettlaff is so much more emotional than most humans. Not only was she his beloved, his lover, his mate, she was a member of his pack. and one never leaves one's pack voluntarily.
Dettlaff ever try to find her? I mean, if she was that important. Higher vampires have their ways, all kinds. Should have been easy as pie for him.
Geralt, as you rightly noted, we are vampires, not miracle workers. He searched for months on end before giving up. Clearly Renowed knew him all too well. Enough to cover her tracks, leave no way for him to find her.
Even if Renowed did abandon him that time, looks like someone's actually kidnapped her this time.
Hard to argue with that. And hard to foresee what he's prepared to do to free her, get her back.
He's prepared to kill, that's clear.
As would you be for Yennefer. He kills for he cares for her deeply. And that blood, those individuals, they mean nothing to him.
Yeah, I get it now. He's out to rescue a female from his pack.
Exactly.
Right, so someone's blackmailing him. We know that. Still have no idea who. Need to look around some more.
Okay.
Look, slips of paper, name on each. Count Crespi, Count Dulac, Milton de Peyrac-Peyrin, Count Delacroix.
Dettlaff's victims, one and all. But that's not his hand.
Must have come from whoever wrote the letter. All of it written using the same ink.
And who's the last one?
See the color? Ink was dyed with cinnabarite. Rare mineral, pretty much found only in
Nazaire, but I fear it means very little. Anyone could have imported such ink.
Fair enough. Still worth remembering.
Look, this slip is stained.
With wine. Not much to go on either, especially not in Beauclair.
Perhaps. Yet perhaps also worth remembering.
Blackmailer. Kinda curious who it could be.
Why is that?
Regis. Somebody kidnapped a vampire's lover. Bold to begin with. Now they're forcing the vampire to kill. A vampire you yourself insisted no murderer. Blackmailer's skilled. Someone special.
Astute. Now that I think of it, I'm beginning to wonder if...
It's not one of your kind? Another vampire?
Precisely. The plot thickens.
Just a hypothesis. Wouldn't set my heart on it till we know more.
Right you are.
Let's sum up what we know. Seems Dettlaff's being blackmailed. Someone's been feeding him his victims' names.
All noted down using one and the same Nazari ink, and not in his handwriting.
Not much.
But enough to ascertain Dettlaff's innocence, clearly.
Is it though? I'm confused about the state of affairs. Think about it. Okay, so we have Dettlaff who cuts off his hand. But then we have a Bruxa going in to get this hand. And he knows the Bruxa and is upset about us doing something, you know, killing her or whatever. So why was she going after his hand in that situation? Like that's the big confusion that's like missing link for me. Like why where's this Bruxa from? What is she doing here? Is she related to him, his blackmailer, or both of them? That's the missing link to me to solve this mystery somehow. Because other than that, everything checks out. He comes in here, starts killing people because he's been ordered to. The reason he is so aggressive in those situations is because he's on edge, because his lover is being, you know, abducted or whatever. Or at least seemingly so. I mean, for all we know, it could be the lover herself, which would be pretty crazy. But okay, let's not go there for now. So he befriends one of the people he has to kill. He ends up killing him, regrets it, cuts off his arm. Obviously grows a new one. That's normal. He doesn't have any appreciation for it. But he does appreciate the Bruxa who went to get the arm. But he obviously wouldn't have told her to get the arm. That would be meaningless. Unless this is to hide the arm or something, like to hide from the Witcher itself. That's a possibility, maybe, but it's unclear. I feel like there's, like I said, there's some. I don't understand the relation between him and the Bruxa and why she was there for the hand. That's the thing that's not 100% clear right now. Beyond that, it's clear. Like he's killing people just on orders. Alright, so let's see what happens.
Not how I'd put it. Doubt it's how the Duchess will see it either.
I trust you to convince her. And then...
What? Go on, don't be shy. See, you've got it all figured out, including the grin I gotta wear.
It's a rather bold plan, but... Were we to find Renawed, we would strip the blackmailers of their hold on Detlef.
That's one idea. Could be worth a shot. But what about Detlef? He gonna go on killing while I'm out searching for his lover?
He will not. I shall convince him to stay his hand. Assure him you're a friend seeking to help. I'll await him here. He's sure to return sooner or later.
Think he'll listen?
He will.
Ought to wait with you, maybe.
No, he'll sense you from a mile off. Simply fail to appear. I'd better stay alone. You must trust me on this.
Fine. Need to report to the Duchess first.
So be it. We'll await you here. Detlef and I both.
Level 48 for maximum XP. Wine is sacred, eh? It's Damien, guys.
Start, no pros.
You know it's Damien, guys. We all know it's Damien. Fuck Damien. Let's go fuck him up right here, right now. If he's there, I'm gonna punch him in the face.